Okay, welcome back to Forgotten Dailies. We are back for another day of working on the GLH project. So let it sit overnight with oil in the cylinders. We're going to give it a shot here, the old jump box. Let's see if maybe we'll get lucky. I'm not holding my breath. Nope, same thing, just clicks. So I guess now we get to try to get the passenger tire off and see if we can get a socket on the crank and see what happens with that. So, still trying to come up with a plan to fix the floors. I haven't figured it out yet what we're going to do exactly. I said my biggest concern is the seat bracket on the passenger side. So, anyways, we'll see what we can do with this tire, this crank, and see if we can get it to roll over that way. Okay, so even after sitting soaking with oil in it for 24 hours, give or take, it's still locked up tight. So it's looking like probably going to swap engines if we go that far, because I discovered something else I'm going to show you in a second. So I pulled the valve cover. Yeah, it's dirty, but it doesn't look horrible. But the camshaft, let me get a rag. The camshaft has definitely sat dry for a long time, and yes, that is rust. It is rough to the touch. So obviously my assumption is if the top end looks this bad, the bottom probably is similar. But that's not my main concern. My main concern is took the driver's side tire off to get a socket on the crank pulley, just because my legs are stronger than my arms, obviously. Most people are. But anyways, to try to get the engine to roll by that, and obviously I still haven't gotten anywhere with that, but I discovered this. These two holes here and here are not supposed to be there. I'm not sure about this little one. You know, they do have some factory spots like there and here. So to me, it's one of them deals where it becomes a point where do you stop, throwing money at the car. Fortunately, we haven't even started throwing money at the car, but that will come. So I'm thinking my next step in this project is going to be, I think I can get the oil pan off of this particular body without pulling the engine. So I'm thinking sliding the pan under there, draining the oil out of it, whatever oil's in it, and then maybe popping the oil pan off and just see what the bottom end looks like. So beyond that, I can pull the head, but my thoughts are, if the cam looks that bad, the valves are probably almost as bad. So at that point in time, what's the point in wasting the time to pull the head just to discover, what we already are figured is going to be? So then we will just go ahead and pull the engine and scrap it and work on the 87 LeBaron engine that I do know does run. So right now I'm going to talk to some people about the frame rail. The floors are definitely sketchy, as I've said a few times already. But in the Lemons Rally world, this car is almost perfect for that rally. With the patina that it has, the fact that it's a turbo Dodge, and they do not like these cars. From what I've been reading, they're like the worst cars they've ever been built, according to them. So to show up in one would be kind of cool. And again, just because it's a turbo Omni, that makes it cool in itself right there. So, but the patina, like, the hood being faded and the fenders and obviously the air duct in the door there. And then everything else, I don't care personally. Condition of the body, the paint condition, the interior, yeah, I'd like it to be clean. But, the seats we have to put in it, that one, there's the rear, and the other one's out in the building still. They're pretty nice for what they are. So that's easy. That's the scary part. So All right, I'll go ahead and drain the oil and get the pan off if I can, and see what the bottom end looks like, and then kind of go from there. So the driver's side frame rail looks good. I did find some rust. It's kind of hard to see it, but it's way up towards the top of the inner fender. That's still accessible from the inside, so patching, even just covering it isn't that big of a deal. That's minor compared to the rest of it. So, all right, we'll pull the oil pan and see what we have. Okay, welcome back. Day 3. We're going to do day 2 and day 3 together. Honestly, I'm probably going to lose count of days after a while of messing with this thing. Pardon me, I've been kind of ill last couple of days. So anyways, I dropped the oil pan on the car. I removed the drain plug first, and nothing was coming out, so I unbolted the drain pan. Of course, then everything got drenched in oil because it all came out the end. So, as of today, I've got the axles both out. I got the radiator out. Most of the wiring harness unplugged. I haven't finished it yet. That's what I'm working on now. I got the exhaust unhooked yet, and the bobble strut thing on the back, or the dog bone strut on the back. I got all the AC, most of the AC stuff out. We're not gonna put AC back in it, so there's no need to keep it in here. So just get rid of it. Not really anything new as of today. Just tinkering away, trying to get the engine pulled. We was pricing parts to put this one here back together. My theory is if I've got it sitting on the engine stand, now's the time to do the head gasket and the timing belt and all of that stuff. Clean it up, put new oil pan gasket on it, etc., etc. And because if I'm putting it back in this car, I want it to have zero issues, hopefully. So, you never know. Did find that the passenger side strut is, well, it's hard to tell now because it's hooked back up, but it's shot. So now we're going to end up putting struts and strut mounts on it as well. And then one of the rear, I noticed this the other day, one of the rear shocks, for some reason they got the nut all the way loose. I don't know why. So anyways, it'll probably get brand new shocks on the rear as well, because if we're going that far, we might as well go ahead and do it all. I was trying to remove the rear spare tire cover so I can check the condition of the spare tire well, but it's rusted stuck here, so I've got it soaking in some stuff now. Supposed to have a gentleman on his way to look at the 84 Turbo Z. Decided to go ahead and let that go to help fund this, and so, that's it, is what it is. This car, to me, is more important than the Turbo Z, and I know if he ends up buying it, it'll go to a good home. I just found out a friend of mine passed away. He has, whatever, however you want to word it, a beautiful 89 GTC LeBaron Coupe. My wife and I are going to try to find a way to purchase that car. It's probably one of the nicest in the country, I'm sure. So, anyways, condolences to his wife and family. He definitely will be missed. I learned a lot from him through the years that I've known him, which is only 3 years, unfortunately. But very nice gentleman, very knowledgeable on these cars. And like I said, I learned a bunch, meeting with him. And we would go to car shows together and sit and just chat all day long. And wealth of knowledge, and just all in general, very nice man. So rest in peace, Michael. Hopefully you're not suffering anymore. You're definitely going to be missed around here. So, okay. My son is supposed to come down Tuesday and help me finish, get it another step closer. I don't know if I'll have the engine out by then. But we need to get online here and start ordering parts so things start coming in so we can start getting it closer together. Seems like August is a long ways away as we're sitting here in mid-February. But believe it or not, 6 months goes by fast, as everybody should know by now. So, yeah, we're just going to have to keep working on it and do it a day at a time. So I think that if we've got it apart this far, I don't know where to stop. Would you put new tie rods in on it? Tie rod ends on it? Would you put new front hubs, bearings, whatever on it. Let me know what you think you would do, or would you just wing it and hope for the best? The rally we're taking it on is last year it was a roughly 1,500 miles. This year probably won't be as many miles because the end point is closer to home. So we're actually probably not going to leave a 4-hour radius of our house, which is good in case something happens. We can get a rescue. So I don't know. Car sat for 20 some years in a garage like mine here, and it's got fairly new pads on it, but I don't trust those. They're cheap enough. I'll throw new ones on, new rotors. Debating about probably new calipers too. I don't know. So let me know what you think, and hopefully we can get something else and keep going on this thing. Thank you.